We've got a very strong historically footy club, good playing list, and the performances last year, suggested a team on the improve. Probably the hardest part's just been the short turnaround from participating in a grand final with West Coast to getting across, getting to meet the people, setting up the program for the start of pre-season. So I haven't had a lot of time. It's probably been the biggest issue. Yeah, it's going to be a change with the sub rule. It's a good question, Matthew. The change to that means obviously we've got 4 on the bench, but then we've got 90 rotations. So we're having discussions at the moment about what that looks like in terms of the side we pick and play. Oh, it was good. It was nice for them to cheer me on the way up on their first pick, which was great, and passionate group of supporters and members, and looking forward to meeting as many as I can over the next little period of time. Just see probably more of a balance, I hope, in terms of what we can produce on field. As I've said on record, it's about the concept of total footy, which is both sides of the ball and at the contest as well. So, we're going to make sure we're a well balanced and rounded side to be able to play in any style and against any opposition. Well, Frank, I'm not a big cooker. I must admit, I like to eat, but I don't like to cook as much. So, my favourite dish to eat would be. I like all sorts of food. I actually like Indian food, to be honest, but I'm not great at cooking it. I'd probably see Brodie more as a rebounding defender. I know last year they explored him a little bit up on the wing, and we'll probably do the same next year, but he's an All-Australian half-back for a reason, and I think that's probably his best spot. Yeah, well, Adelaide was a really difficult side to prepare for. They're really strong from an attacking viewpoint with their options up forward with Tex and Eddie and Josh Jenkins. So dangerous from stoppage, dangerous in terms of forward options, but capable of scoring quickly. And we found that out at Adelaide Oval last year when West Coast played the Crows. At this stage, yes. I haven't seen anything yet to suggest that he shouldn't retain the captaincy. He's been. From last year, the reports from last year was he stepped into the role as a new guy and did a really good job in difficult circumstances. So this stage, I see no reason why he wouldn't stay as captain. Do you think Jon Snow is really dead?
Now that might be a bit of a licence here to see what your response should be.
Are they talking about the English fast bowler? Probably a bit of consistency across the game and our ability to keep communicating and, as I like to say, play outside ourselves. I mean, and we're able to keep playing the game as we want to play it for long periods. Hard to know because I haven't got a real baseline to work from in terms of who's impressed me most. We've had a number of guys come back and run some good times with their 2Ks, and some guys present themselves really well. So I wouldn't want to individualise at this point. That said, I've been happy with how the squad's come back, and we're in good position to start and get right into the pre-season. From a coaching viewpoint, I'm going to encourage the players to play to their strengths. I want to make sure that we recognise the things we're good at, keep working on the things we're not so good at. I want to encourage the players to take the game on. I want us to play with a clear mind and confidence to be able to play the style of footy that we'll practice and we'll train. And if we can do that, I think we'll give ourselves the best chance. We've been in a good position last year. We finished 6th, won a final. I think the exciting thing is really whether we can take the next step and how much improvement we've got left in the group. We've still got a relatively young group. We've only got, I think, Nathan and Scott are the only 2 guys over 30, so our leaders are quite young. We've got a nice group of guys in the game's experience whereby they've got enough history of playing and playing well, but can we take the next step? They're a tight group. They get on well. I think I've been impressed by the character of the individuals within the group. The guys are dealt with a lot last year, so in difficult circumstances they really came together and were able to get a result at the end of the year when it would have been pretty easy just to say it's all too hard, but they didn't, and I think that puts us in good stead because for me it's important that we're united in how we approach the season and how we play. Hard to name one direct influence. I've been fortunate over my time. I've played and worked with some great coaches. So starting with Jared Neesham, who was my first coach at Claremont, through to Mick Malthouse at the West Coast Eagles, and then worked under Neil Craig in the last couple of years with Adam Simpson. And that's the beauty in any industry is you keep learning, and I've kept learning from all those guys, and they've all given me insights and different learnings along the way, which hopefully we can implement and then be myself and get the result as a coach.